we're getting our first look at NBA 2K15 on next-gen consoles. A very short trailer that was released today. Not much gameplay, less than 30 seconds, but here's the first look. You can see the fat heads in the crowd. You see that the leg sleeves have been improved, but this posterizing dunk is the issue that everybody is talking about. In NBA 2K14, if you've played the game, you know about the dozens of animations that you get stuck in, where you're forced to get dunked on. You can't defend, you can't jump, you can't do anything. As soon as the dunk animation triggers, that's it, you're gonna get dunked on. And the way that Durant dunked on Iggy here in this first sneak peek looks exactly like something that would happen in 2K14. As more footage starts getting released, we need to keep our eyes open to see if these dunk animations are still in the game. And also in this play, there was no help defense, nobody rotated. But that's probably because they just wanted to show a quick dunk. This wasn't to showcase defense, it was just to showcase Kevin Durant and give us a quick sneak peek. So now let's move on to the next bit of news that we got. There's a new mode coming called My League. It's not My GM. It's similar to association mode that everybody's used to, but there's a lot of improvements. With My League, you can either play one season or up to 80 seasons in the NBA. You get to control one team or all 30 of them. They call this mode My League for a reason. You finally have control of everything that happens in the league. They're also adding in some new difficulty settings like trade negotiations, contract negotiations, CPU re-signing aggressiveness. These have been issues for years when you're playing with your franchise and you have no control over this. The CPU, they're trading away big players. They're not re-signing their players. In the off season, LeBron's going to all these other different teams, all these crazy fantasy scenarios. So now you can adjust the difficulty. There's even a blockbuster trade slider. So you can say how often in your league our team's gonna make a blockbuster trade. You can turn it up or down. This is really interesting. But the best news of all about this mode is that you don't have to use VC at all to play it. It's not like My GM where you have to use VC to make little roster changes, rotation changes, changing the minutes, where they nickel and dime you for every little thing you want to tweak. There's no more VC. In fact, when you play these games, you can earn VC, but you don't have to use VC to make any changes or to do anything in the league. It's completely taken out. That is a smooth move, 2K. My GM was an absolute disaster, from the CPU being so easy to trade with, making all kind of new moves. It was like a fantasy draft. Now we have all the settings to tweak our league the way that we want it to be. Some other news about this mode is talking about the injuries that happen in the league. Now there's 16 different body parts that players can get injured in, and they have attributes apparently. So if a player's been injured in the past in a certain area like his knee, then his attributes will reflect that, and it'll be more likely that he'll re-injure that knee as opposed to injuring something else, some other body part. So players could be really durable in certain areas and not durable in other. This mode also has another setting where players, when they're in free agency, they can decide where they want to go based on money factors or their true goals as a player. So some players, they're loyal, some players, they want to win. And depending on how you set this setting, you can make it so that players are going to go where they get the most money, or they're going to go wherever their desires are. Whatever kind of player and personality they have, that's what they're going to do in the off season. So if you turn this setting down, then all the players are most likely just going to go for the money. But if you turn it up, then it's just going to be based on their personality. So far, My League, it seems like such a great step forward. It's so much better than what we've been used to. And it also hints at being able to save your rosters again locally onto your console, being able to make all the edits you need. A full creative player system is coming back. And 2K also teased us about online leagues, because My League, that's offline, but they talked about online leagues. They said they're going to have more info coming out here in the near future. And I'm really interested to see what they do with the online league community, because the last few years, it's been going backwards. They've been removing all kind of features. You couldn't change sliders. You couldn't do this. You couldn't do that. You really didn't have any control over the league online anymore. So we'll see how much effort they put into it in the near future. Buy a shirt by August 31st for your chance to win a free PlayStation 4. Get over there. Block that BS. Great defense. Rose is going to be open. Baseline. Oh, he's busting out the style points.